Hey, this is Pat with Racket String Tips. Today I want to talk about stringing with natural gut. Would you pay more to have your racket strung with natural gut? Would you charge more? Would you charge your clients more if you're stringing natural gut string? So I kind of wanted to go over those two different scenarios today. I think I touched on it on a previous video where I just kind of talked about what I found across the country when I looked at different retail shops and different stringers, what they were charging, and I kind of noticed that some were charging more for natural gut, and there's a lot more that goes into natural gut once you become proficient stringing, because natural gut takes a little bit more expertise in order to get it right, because you're going to make mistakes. I mean, I know when I first started stringing natural gut, I would make some mistakes as far as the basic stuff, like crimping it a little bit too tight with my clamp, not having the clamp adjusted properly. Some of the wax on my clamp in the string would slip, and I would go, oh, you know what? It was just a little bit of a slip. I'm just going to go ahead and keep stringing, and sure enough, it would break prematurely, or even while I'm just about ready to get the racket done, or like the string comes back the next day, and it's like, oh, my string popped overnight, and I haven't even really played with it. That's obviously a stringer's mistake. An error in your stringing. So those are some of the things that you're facing, and also what kind of stringing machine are you using? If you are not using a professional grade stringing machine, how is your natural gut string job going to come out a little bit different? You have to take extra precautions when you're stringing with natural gut, and it's initially start the stringing. The way that you tie off, the way that you hold the string when you're weaving, because all those things you could damage the string. Because with natural gut, some of them tend to be a little bit more coarse, and they might be a little bit dry, and so you're going to find that you can't really bend them at all. I mean, sometimes they are elastic, and you'll find that as you're pulling the tension, they kind of tighten up and stuff, but there are a lot of opportunities to damage the string. So if I was taking my racket to somebody and I was going to have potentially be spending $60 to string to have my racket strung, I would want to make sure I knew a little bit about how long have you been stringing with natural gut, how long have you been stringing tennis rackets, what kind of machine are you stringing on, and I'd kind of probably want to kind of find out a little bit more about that, because generally it's not going to be warranted, right? I mean, you're going to take it in. If it breaks the next day, it depends who's doing it. They might give you a discount, but a lot of times with natural gut, I think you're going to be out. You're going to be out your money. I don't know, but I've seen that too many times. So there's all those components. And then on the other hand, is it worth charging more? I mean, are people going to pay more to have their racket strung? And I would definitely say that is definitely a possibility. If you have the expertise, you've been stringing for a while, you can do a professional job stringing natural gut. Because actually, stringing natural gut is a lot easier once you've done it enough times. I mean, way back when I started stringing at tournaments, most of the players were still using natural gut, or at least a hybrid combination, but a lot of them were still using natural gut. And natural gut is a lot easier to string in a racket quickly than polyester strings are, especially in a really dense patterned racket. So I would string natural gut over poly any day, as far as the ease and the high volumes that I would have to do on a daily basis on the tournament. So once you've done enough natural gut string jobs, it becomes second nature, and you could do it just like any other string job. But until you get to that point, you might really you might stay away from it a little bit. But once you do get that expertise, I would definitely say you could charge more for that. Generally, I would say that that might add $5, right? Especially if you have the professional equipment. Okay, so enough said about that. On the other hand of it, yeah, I would definitely pay more for it if I knew that the person was doing a good job. So you can kind of see from both perspectives. It's definitely doable, and that way you can add more value. You can start charging a little bit more and stuff, things that go into it. So real quick recapping this video. Number one, it takes a little bit more expertise to string natural gut consistently without premature breakage. You also need to learn how to be able to pre-stretch a string, because that's a big component as well for natural gut strings. And then also having professional equipment, having been stringing for some time. So those are all some things to consider when diving deep into natural gut. I'll make some more videos on natural gut strings and kind of, there's a couple good videos out there from manufacturers. I think Babolat's got a good one, and Yonex has a good one. I don't know if it's Yonex. I think it's Babolat and another, I can't think of the other one, maybe Pacific or one of the other companies. They have a good video on how natural gut strings are made, so you can kind of get an idea of what goes into that. But anyways, this is Pat with Racket String Tips. Have a good